Hi friends, Renee Keese here with Carolina Creative, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here with some other ideas for you for card making. Today I'm going to show you a new host code. This is for the month of May, and my contact information is here. You can find me at Carolina Creative or hashtag Carolina Creative, and then it's Renee Keese at Stampin'Up.net if you need to find me. I will have this on my work table as well, my glass mat here. Today, I'm going to do some simple stamping. I want to showcase one of the new stamp sets that is in the catalog that was just launched yesterday. This is called Layers of Beauty. It is sold as a bundle, so it does come with dies. And I want to focus on this big, beautiful set of flowers. And there is also a die that will punch this out, and I'll show you some things you can do with that later. But right now, we're going to stamp with this, and I want to use the Happy Anniversary sentiment and put it on the inside. So I'm also going to use one of the new in colors that was just released yesterday, or May 1st. I'm going to focus on Petunia Pop. I think this is just a gorgeous color, and so I'm looking forward to this and stamping with this new stamp set and showing you how very simple stamping can still make some really pretty cards. So let me flip the camera down to show my work table. I am going to be using the Stamparatus today. Now, if you have a MISTI, that will do the same thing. With a large stamp like this, I'm going to flip it over so that it shows. This is the stamp, and so you can put it on a block, but for me, I think it's much easier to use it on a plate like this where it's in position, and then put it in place. Now, I've already lined up my piece of paper. You could see that it was already going to pretty much fill this piece of paper. It is, instead of my typical 4 by 5 and a quarter, it's a little less than that. I trimmed a 1/4 inch off of either side. So it is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And that's because I want a sheet of Pop of Petunia behind it so that I'll have that cardstock. So this time, in order to ink this up, I am going to open up my ink pad, and I'm going to slide this so that hopefully, yeah, it's in view. I'm just going to tap, 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 and put it all over, there we go, all over the stamp. I got a little bit on, and it wouldn't have transferred if I'd left it there, but just so I don't touch anything else, I'm going to clean that up. So now with this plate, I'm just simply going to fold it over and put pressure on it. These, I do like to make sure I get all the edges with a large stamp like this. The good thing is, if something doesn't transfer perfectly, I can and see it didn't. I mean, it's pretty with the dots, but it didn't fully transfer the ink. So I'm going to put a little more ink on here and do it again. Like I said, the beauty is this is going to be in the exact same position. So I know the ink didn't transfer as well. I'm going to put a little extra pressure on there and try to get this to transfer. And that's better. I think I can live with that. I don't mind having a little bit of dotted leaves, although I could try it a third time to see if I can get that to transfer. This large stamp is just a little bit more fussy to work with. Yep, that's as good as it's going to get. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is pull this out, and I'm done with my Stamparatus. For right now, I'm just going to flip this over. Like I said, the beauty of this is I can even do 2 different stamps in different directions. There's a lot of things you can do with it. I wish they would bring that back. I know right now it is a retired item, but like I say, there's MISTI, there's other things you can use. So I'm going to build a card. I have a white card base, just a standard card base. I'm putting Pop of Petunia behind it. And you can see I have a beautiful image here. I want to use, the Berry Burst is just a hint darker. And I think that's going to make a sentiment pop on the front. Now, this can go either direction. I have to decide. I might do it this way. I can put a sentiment up, down. I can move this around. I think I'm going to put, I want this to say love you more. I was pulling sentiments from some random stamp sets depending on what kind of message I wanted. So I'm going to stamp that right there. Yep, it's a nice, little more bold. I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and add a little sparkle to this, as well as just a hint of color. So let me take, I could do it right here on my work table. I may do that. I'll show you how that works. I'm going to put just a little bit of ink. Yep. And then take my Wink of Stella and there we go. Get a lighter color here. I'm putting some shimmer in there as well. And I'm just going to take and highlight some of these rose petals. Just give it a little accent. I'm not being real fussy here. It will give it some shimmer. Here we go. A little light there and fade it out. And a little bit here. No real rhyme or reason. I am following the lines that the artist put on here. And so it's just giving it a little extra depth. But it's still, you know, pretty simple what I'm doing here. There we go. And that's all. I don't want a whole lot here. I didn't want a lot of color. I just wanted a hint of it. Yep. In the meantime, I'm going to just put some clear sparkle on here. There's a little more shimmer on the flowers. There we go. And that's all I want to do. So now I'm going to take the sentiment from the stamp set that said Happy Anniversary. I'm going to ink that up with my pop of Petunia Pop, and stamp Happy Anniversary on the inside. There we go. And there's a sweet little flower that comes with this stamp set too. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on the inside. I'm going to just reuse, I got a clean block right here. So again, pop of Petunia. In fact, I may stamp off. So I may put one up top. I'm going to put this on the bottom. I'm going to put the darker one. Oh, I almost did it. I almost got it in the ink. Darker one down on the bottom and put one in the upper corner. Stamped off. So it's just a faint little, there we go, a faint little flower. Now, I'm ready to start assembling. This, like I said, it's simple stamping. I was trying to keep this very, very simple. Let me use my, here we go, Stamp and Seal. Get it on the edges and the corners. And so first I'm just going to mat this. I'm going to eyeball it and get it even on all sides. And then I'm going to get the mat ready to add here as well. Now, very simply, you could add a little bow to something like this. That would still be fairly simple stamping. Just add a little bit of bling. I can show you some other cards I did. I added a few pearls. Right now what I'm grabbing are just a couple of rhinestones. It's got a little shimmer on there, so I'm going to add, and I'm just going to use my fingers, which I don't always recommend. Usually I will try to use my stamp, take your pick tool, but I'm moving pretty quick today, so let me just transfer that, and I'm just kind of sprinkling these. I'm going to put one down here by my sentiment. So there you have it. I have just made simple stamping, simple card, monochromatic with the Petunia Pop. Happy Anniversary. So let me pull the camera up and I will show you a couple other things that I did yesterday. So in Pretty in Pink, I also did the same thing. Very tone on tone. I'd colored these in a little bit with the shimmer as well. I did punch out a little die just to put my sentiment on. This is another one of the new in colors. It's Peach Pie. So I did it in this pale peachy color, and again borrowed a sentiment from another stamp set, just said for a special person on a special day. And then I punched this one out. This is Petunia Pop again. I left it just the Petunia on white and used the die to punch it out and put it on some coordinating Petunia Pop paper. This is the Designer Series paper that you can get with the in colors. And so with the stripes, I just stamped the sentiment straight on the paper. And this has, again, a few rhinestones on it. You might have noticed I had a few pearls, yeah, with the pink. Just a little touch of bling on there. So simple cards, stamp, punch it out, put it on a piece of paper, and away you go. So there you have it. That's my message for today. Some simple stamping. If you like what you see here, you can either follow me, or if you want to purchase products or projects, contact me at stampinup.net. Thanks so much for joining.